My name is Jente de Vries and my job is to save wonky vegetables. But before I'm going to tell you more about it, I'll show you a short video of what we do. A little bit of an idea of what we do now, but before we go to the soup, I want to tell you where it all started, because that was actually literally in the bin. We heard a lot about food waste, and we heard that 30 to 50% of all the food that we produce is being wasted. But what does that really mean? I mean, these are really big numbers, and it's almost too big to understand it. So what we wanted to do is to really taste what food waste is. And for that reason, we actually went into the bins and we searched for food that people throw away in restaurants and supermarkets. And we set ourselves a challenge to live off food waste for an entire month. So we were not allowed to buy anything in the shop or get anything from friends, but we could only eat what we found in the bins. And we thought it was going to be really difficult, because has any one of you ever eaten something from the bin? Some guys here? It doesn't sound too appealing, right? Well, actually, we found out that eating waste is really appealing, because this is a picture of the food that we found in just one day. So you see a whole variety of really delicious fruits and vegetables, but also salmon and meat and potatoes and all kind of different foods. So when we ate this kind of food for a whole month, we really tasted that food waste is something that is not necessary, because it's pretty easy to actually just eat the food that we make instead of throwing it away. So at that point in time, we thought we want to do something to end food waste and to bring food that is now being wasted back onto our plates. But we didn't really know exactly what we wanted to do yet, so we started to find out more about what food waste is and where the food is wasted. And when we first visited a vegetable grower, I took this picture in a big container that I saw there. And it was actually full of vegetables that are still fresh and they were really tasty, but they're all thrown away because their looks are not perfect enough. So these ones are, for example, too small. But you also have these kind of funny carrots, heart-shaped tomatoes, or crooked cucumbers. And we really didn't understand why we would throw away food just because it looks different. And we even thought it doesn't just look different, but it looks way cooler than the normal fruit and vegetables that we see in the shop. So that's when we decided to start Kromkommer 1.5 years ago. And our mission is to save wonky vegetables and bring them back onto our plates. And we want to do that in a positive way, because we think that there's no need to add more drama to the world, but we just want to show people that it can be fun to actually change the world. And also that we shouldn't just talk about it, but we should actually go out and do some stuff to make it better. So some of the things that we did last year is we convinced a wholesaler to sell these funny vegetables in his store. And that was the first time in the Netherlands that any shop wanted to sell these vegetables, and they always thought that, oh, no one wants to buy it because they look ugly, but then we put them in the stores, and we even got on television, and a lot of people and restaurants came to buy these vegetables because they also thought that they actually look really, really cool. We also went out on the streets and handed out more than 1,000 crooked cucumbers to people with a little card explaining that they are normally thrown away and that people should think about it and try and see that they actually taste just the same. And we also made a really big lunch for more than 6,000 people, made entirely of waste. But as you already saw in the video, the most important project for us now is the soup. Because what we do is we buy a lot of vegetables that are funny looking from the growers, and we make them into really delicious soups. And if you eat this kind of soup, you become a funny vegetable hero yourself, because you save up to 500 grams of tomatoes, for example, if you eat a tomato soup. So what I realize now is that a couple of years ago, I always thought that changing the world is something for important people and famous people and successful people, and not for me. But then I just got this idea and I got into it, and I saw that just putting one drop in the ocean can make a difference. And if you just do it with all your heart, maybe that one drop can become a whole bucket full of water in the ocean and can have an impact. So that's also my message to you. I hope that if you have any idea or any plan to change the world, just go ahead and do it. And even if it's only a drop, it will be a lot of fun to save some veggies or to do something else that you think will make the world a better place. And if you want to start really small today, then what you can do is, of course, join our community and become part of our group of heroes. Thank you very much.